So today we thought we'd have some fun and try to answer some questions that many of you may be a little scared to ask, and we're going to try and not be too scared to answer. So, yes, exactly. So we've got some prepared questions in the box here, and we're going to just see what happens. Are you ready for this?
I am totally ready. Are you guys ready?
Are you guys ready for this? Here we go.
What stereotypes about interracial couples annoy you the most, Chris? I'll let you start off with that question.
Honestly, I don't know about these stereotypes, so I don't really know what would annoy me. I think you might be a little bit more.
Oh boy. Okay, so
go for it, love.
Yeah. It's like, where do you begin with all this? There are a lot of times where people think I'm the gold digger because I'm with a mature guy.
Who looks richer than he is.
He's the sugar daddy. Chris and I talk about, a couple of times, we've encountered the situation, one being in a department store. I just remember I was browsing and Chris took a call. He was talking to his agent and he was out for a while and I'm just shopping, window shopping, or maybe even possibly looking for something. And the lady just kind of watched me as if, perhaps I was a shoplifter or I'm browsing in a department store I can't necessarily afford. But the moment Chris walks in, she comes back over and she's like, "Ooh, I saw you look at this dress. It looked pretty on you." And she never said a word to me until Chris came
It's the
into
pretty
the
woman scenario, isn't it?
Well, it's the stereotype is what our focus is here. And in that moment, I just kind of felt like, interesting. There are moments where I notice people, they stop, look and stare. There was a time where, we were at a festival and an African American guy looked at me and looked at Chris and looked back at me and he just kind of gave me like a little snicker on it, like, just really, dating a white guy, and just kind of stared at us, looked down at us holding hands. It's one of those things where you can't really be concerned with what people think about you, whether it's race or even if they're puzzled because, you guys have an age gap. You just have to move on. And it took me a while to kind of grasp that and understand that other people's thoughts, whatever their whole, thought process is, it has nothing to do with you. So
I think if anybody looks at me strangely, it's usually the guys who are going, "Dude, how did you pull that?"
Oh, gosh. No.
So I'm just flattered I don't see any stereotypes at all. Anyway, should we move on with another question?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's a good one. How have your families embraced your relationship?
Well, as you guys saw in A Weekend with Mama Jewel, my mother adores, and just absolutely, it's just marveled, and obsessed with Chris. I mean, the first glance, she looked at his picture when she, initially learned about him, and she cried, as I told you guys in my tell-all. But it's really nice when your parents approve. And every time we spend time with her, it's like, they've known each other for years, or like they've been friends for years. They just naturally get into these conversations, and they are close in age. So I'm the one who's kind of listening. However, the rest of my family does not approve based on religious reasons.
Yeah, so I don't fit
and that
them
part, that part's been difficult initially, but now it's just like, you live and you just move on.
I think my family have absolutely, for the most part, have totally embraced you. However, there's a very small part of my family that didn't really trust me with relationships in the past because I was quite an old guy when I finally met the right one, and I would bring home ex-girlfriends who were, let's say, temporary at best, and so you can only imagine that And of course, I'm totally guessing this. Could be a narrative in my head, but I'm assuming that my family, kind of went, okay, how long is this one going to last? And so when Erica comes along, I immediately think, oh God, what have I got to do to prove my worth here with this one? Because she's so great, But we've been together for 5 years now, and I think everybody's gone, oh, you know what, she's awesome, and Chris is really happy. So I think they've embraced you with, wholeheartedly, basically.
90% of them.
You think?
There are a few who are just still trying to figure it out. But listen, all in all, whether it's religion or their own personal thoughts, it kind of goes back to the stereotype question. You can't become absorbed in everyone else's thoughts even how they feel about your relationship. If you're happy and you're not hurting anyone and this feels right, then it's your life. And like our channel here, you just find your tribe and the people who want to be around you. Those are your real friends. And even if it's your family, you can just say hello, be cordial, and move on.
That's right.
Yeah.
Should we attack another one? Your turn.
Okay. I like to stir the bowl.
There you go. Stir up,
stir in
baby.
the chaos.
Stir it.
Let's get a good one. All right. This time, why did you start Love, Miles, and Music, and where do you see it in, say, 5 years' time?
Well, I've got my own reasons for starting it. Well, firstly, Erica came up with the idea, and I thought it was a really good one and a fun one.
But didn't we both come up with it?
Yeah, but you were kind of playing with the idea, kind of watching a few other
vloggers, right?
And you got very inspired, and you showed me some things, and you thought, well, we can do something like this. So, firstly, it's something a project we could do together, and it's fun for us. It's our baby, if you will. Secondly, to be honest, I would like to expand my brand as an artist and a jazz musician, and rather than waiting for other things to happen, and telephone calls through agents and things like that, if we can expand the awareness by doing something we love that's truly authentic, there's every likelihood that there will be some more demand created to see my shows. And if it doesn't happen, then we're going to have fun doing this anyway, because I get to write some fun music, and we get to visit places together and experience life. And it's a great memory for us to create and have documented for the rest of our lives.
But like Chris said, what is our why? And the brand is what's most important. But I think our story is really different from a lot of, traditional stories, And if you watch Erica Tells All, I'm not trying to big myself up or anything. I do talk about that this is exactly how we met. And this is what we've been doing, throughout the course of our relationship, is traveling, and of course, Chris, the music. What better way to share it with you guys, and of course, bring along newbies. So I'm excited about it. Yeah. And we hope you are too.
All right, next one.
Boy, you go fast.
Will there be any Love, Miles and Music merchandise for sale anytime soon?
Later. Much later down the road. We're not really
it's too early to tell.
Concerned with selling merch for the show just yet. She's new. She's a newborn.
That's right.
So we'll let her mature a little bit, and then we'll get there. Gotta crawl before you walk.
That's it.
All right.
Go for it. Stir the pot.
Stir good. Come on, let's get a good one. All right.
Hot seat.
Ooh, this is for the music fans, okay? Would Chris be open to playing a guitar other than his Benedetto? And what would that be?
Oh my goodness. I think the short answer is yes, I would be open. But the question is, what would it be, and where is she? Where is that guitar? Because I actually haven't found another guitar that suits my playing quite like this instrument. And of course, I've been playing them since 1996, so they've just become part of me. I'm sure there's something out there. I'm very lazy about trying because I've got an instrument that speaks to me and I get my sound and my voice out of it. And the thought of spending any more money on a guitar doesn't thrill Erica. So
I have to do it.
but yeah, I mean, I'm open. I've just found my guitar for, I love it and it gives me what I need. Yeah. Oh, this is a good one.
Uh-oh.
Buckle up, people. What challenges have you faced as an interracial couple?
Oh, there is that.
Well, I'm going to hand this over to you because
Ooh.
I've found very few challenges as an interracial couple.
Have you really?
I feel like I can't think of one challenge since I've met you. It's all been plus.
How so? What are the pluses?
Well, I've just met the most wonderful person.
Oh, thank you.
That I could meet, and I don't care what colour you are.
Yeah.
It's just we're soulmates, if you believe in such a thing.
Yeah.
And it's just right in every way.
Yes.
I don't really care too much how other people perceive us.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't look at that. That's their issue, not ours.
Mm-hmm.
So, I've got my own problems.
All right. I'm going to get a little deep.
Ooh.
I am African American, and it's a different situation in America, period. When we walk down the street, people look, they watch, they stare. Sometimes it's an amazement. Sometimes it's like, yes, love. Other times it could just be looks of, wow, that's different. Or even just ugliness.
I think that's rare, though. The ugliness is rare, but it does happen.
Yeah. Yeah, we ventured off on an escape before we started Love Miles and Music, and we had quite a few ugly experiences down there. Not anything confrontational, but again, the looks, the stares. It's not just a look. It is a look of disdain. Even if you pass, the individual and you're still looking at them and they maybe turn around and you're still, looking at them with that look. You can tell what they're thinking. I didn't really think that it was about you in that moment. I felt it was about me. And sometimes we can be somewhere in this world, whether it's in the South or even here in California, and you feel that racism still exists. And it's not necessarily something that you can tell yourself to just let go or to just, walk away from it. You feel it, and it's hurtful. And sometimes that can be an issue with being in an interracial relationship. People feel like you don't deserve equality. And I think love is equality. Love is whatever. It's blind. It's whatever you want it to be. And that day really, it sticks out. It stays with me. I think the upsides, we have cultural differences, and he'll say a lot of things I don't understand all the time.
Oh, well, yes.
So the banter is a little different. And even for me, I use Ebonics.
Which I'm learning quite well.
We don't have children, so I don't have to think about Chris
That would have been a
raising
challenge.
African-American children in this day and age. When our nation is kind of going through certain obstacles, I think of how, it could affect our relationship and our dynamic, what situations I might have to overcome that Chris may not have to overcome, or will he be able to protect me as his wife and as a couple, how he would navigate that. These are all serious thoughts that you think about in an interracial relationship. And I think it's an ignorance, and you have to let it go, unfortunately. Who wrote the music _ for your show, and will it be available to buy?
Well, I am the composer. They're just little sound bites, really, little ideas, very often that have been salvaged from past albums that didn't get to be turned into songs, but I really like the ideas, and they were perfect for this because they're unfinished, but they work perfect as like little musical statements, underscores. So yes, I'm doing all the music. Not everything. There's a few other little things that we're flying in that I haven't written. But to answer the question, will they be available? I don't know. It's again, like the merchandise situation, it's a bit too early to tell. But you never know. You never know.
And if you guys watch the episode with Lauren Christie, she's a great friend, but also a songwriter, and she co-wrote the intro and outro song with Chris and another...
And Charlie Midnight.
Charlie Midnight, right. So when you hear the intro and the outro every episode, we want to give a shout out to Lauren.
That's right.
Thank you, Lauren. I love that song.
Yeah. Okay, here we are. What's your favorite Love Miles and Music video you've made so far?
Ooh. I love episode 1. We are 10 episodes deep. It's been about 2 months now that we've been really pouring our love, time, energy, and our lives into Love Miles and Music. And I absolutely remember filming the first episode. We didn't have our production exactly right.
Yes.
But you know what? We have a good time filming. And I'm happy that we don't allow the camera to take over our lives. You know, we're going to film this, we're going to film that, you know.
We're certainly not filming all day long.
No.
We're not playing that game.
No. But episode 1 was fun because we were really just trying to figure it out.
Well, I would definitely agree with number 1 because that was like the launch and it was like a big deal for us. And it was a great fun show in Vegas too for me. I do like Erica Tells All. I can't remember what episode it is, but when you get in front of the camera and speak your truth, look out. There's going to be no lying. It's going to be some truth telling.
Yeah.
And that's what that episode is all about.
Yeah. That was really fun. I get so many questions about, you know, how we met, and I just figured, let me tell it all.
That's it.
Yeah.
All right.
My turn?
I think it's your turn.
All right. Let's go. All right. Have you both ever considered buying
What?
I'm not answering that.
What's the problem?
I'm going to go again. What is one goal you're working toward together?
Well, I mean, don't have to think too far other than this house project, this renovation, which is started, and they say it's going to be done in August, but I don't think so. Yeah.
Like, really?
Right. No, I think, I mean, it could be closer to the end of the year.
Yeah.
But it's going to be phenomenal, and so that's a massive project. That's what we're working together. I mean, other than that, we're working through life together, but it's not a destination, it's a journey, isn't it?
That's it. I like the way you put that, because I think for me, I kind of wish we started Love Miles Music last year, because we went through a lot in trying to sell our home, several trips up to Northern California last year. It would have kind of been great to kind of share that journey. Everything happens when it's supposed to. So I think we're just really trying to find that happy median, and this house is definitely the first start. I think in the future, even this project, you know, it'd be nice to see how it evolves. Just the quality of our content and just the various ideas that we come up with for the show, where life even takes us. We just got married about 3 years ago now, and there's so many things we want to do. I still want to do some fun travels alone with my husband.
We'll be doing that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So there's so much more to explore, but yeah.
Yeah.
I love this journey we're on.
Oh, it's a good one.
Yeah. All right,
And it's
take
my
your
turn,
time.
I think. Okay, here we go.
Breathe. Da-da-da.
What's the hardest part of being content creators? Well, first of all, can I just say I hate that expression,
Me too.
because content creation just gives you the whole idea that it's not about anything substantial. It's just filler. So I don't like that. I don't like that word. But if we take the phrase apart and just answer it how we will, I think the hardest part is the deadlines that we have to make. Every week we are putting a show together for the following Sunday, and sometimes we get up against a deadline, like we are this week, aren't we?
Yes.
We somehow always come through, and we still really like each other, but I think that's the hardest part for me. What about you?
Yeah. In the beginning, we had about 6 to 7 episodes batched, and we felt like, okay, we're 2 months ahead, so we can go on ahead and get started. But once Chris had his surgery, we had to take a break and just kind of focus on a couple of new things here. We started looking for contractors, and the house was a distraction. And we didn't have really too much going on at the time because Chris was healing. No shows. We weren't traveling. We weren't doing much of anything. It was important for him to rest. So, like Chris said, the shows were rolling, but the content wasn't being made. So we got up against the deadline, right. Yes. I do agree with Chris that term content creators, it just screams social media, and it's like, this is about a why. And Chris talked earlier about the why, and that is, of course, his musical brand. However, Love Miles Music is its own brand as well. And, and moving forward, we are sharing something ultra special. Mm-hmm. And we want to bring love into the home and the hearts of people who, enjoy watching family content. And we enjoy making that content. The editing process, it can get very tedious. We do
share that role, though. So there's one really great thing about us teaming up together. Erica's got wonderful editing skills, and I've been doing it for years, making my music videos. Yeah. So it's a joy to do, knowing that you've got somebody else who knows what they're doing. It's great.
I figured out ways to kind of hone in on the editing so that it's not as tedious as it's been for me. But also Chris does the music, so I'll do the editing process. And then, of course, I send the project over to Chris, and he handles all of the noise and the music and the final editing if there's anything I missed. So it's a collaborative effort.
Yeah, totally.
We totally enjoy it.
Yeah.
I will say one of the things that really kind of, it still tickles me a little bit, and I say tickle because it makes me laugh, but it's kind of like a small trigger, is vlogging in public sometimes. People are looking at you like, I was sitting on the beach for this birthday episode that's about to come out for my birthday, and these people were looking at me like, oh gosh, it's a vlogger,
Influencer.
So when you're walking around and you got your little digi or your little camera out, it's like, oh, we're doing that. But again, like I said, and I keep saying, you just have to ignore people and their thoughts. We're building something special, and that's what's important.
That's it.
Yeah. So I have a question for you guys. What are some of your questions? We love getting your Q&As, even if it's about the music. But it helps us to also give you more of what you want to see. If you can let us know future episodes, what you like to see, future content, and questions for Chris. Maybe shows, guitar, music. We'd love to hear from you.
And so keep the questions coming in. Send them go to chrisstandring.com and send me a little personal note, and I'll get them. And so we can do much more of this. And that just about wraps up another edition, doesn't it? I hope you enjoyed it. And we'll see you again on the next edition of Love, Miles, and Music.
Thanks.